Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this video. All right, so we're doing a diagnosis and how to replace the ABS sensor. This is particular to the rear wheels ABS sensor for 2020 Honda Accord. So basically, this car that I was working on had, I believe, like 23,000 miles on it. Chances are you're not going to replace the ABS sensor around 23,000 miles. You're probably going to replace it at around 150, 160. Those kind of mileage range, you guys will probably at some point get issues with the ABS sensor. Maybe the magnetic portion of the sensor gets dirty. Maybe over time the sensor breaks down and it gets seized, or the plastic will just get seized in the sensor. Heat and stuff like that will destroy the sensor. But for the most part, if you guys have an issue with the ABS sensor, it's probably because the magnetic strip on the ABS sensor is either filled with debris, probably from just pieces of metal that over time deteriorated and just built up around the magnet portion of the ABS sensor. Now, how do you guys know if you guys have an ABS sensor issue? You guys will know that you guys have an ABS sensor issue. Chances are you will have the ABS light come on. You will have the a couple of the lights come on, probably the brake light, probably the what is that light called? The traction control issues. Probably get a check engine light, and on top of that, you will probably have driving issues. A lot of vehicles these days with a bad ABS sensor will have issues with driving. Some vehicles like the Chevy Tahoe, and this is from like an 08 Chevy Tahoe, will lock the brakes on you. But for the most part, if you guys have those lights on your dash, chances are you will have issues with driving your vehicle if you guys can drive it at all without having to do go around all the things you might have to go around to get it to drive. But you will have driving issues. B, you will have a check engine light, and it'll probably tell you an ABS sensor, or if you plug in OBD2 scanner that specifically have ABS sensor capabilities, it'll tell you exactly which of your sensors is bad and which you need to change out. But let's actually go and talk about the replacement of the sensor. As you guys can see, the sensor is pretty easy to get to. It's held by one nut. I believe maybe it's a 7 millimeter. All you have to do is unplug the short cable and take the screw out, and you should be home free, right? But here's the thing, at 23,000 miles, you can change the sensor out, you'll be home free, not a problem. Okay, there's probably a very little chance that you will have issues taking the sensor out. At 150,000 miles, I guarantee you will have some kind of issues taking the sensor out. Over time, the sensor, the plastic portion of the sensor, a lot of times will get melted, or the plastic itself will get melted into the metal. You might be able to take the top portion of the sensor out, but the part that's actually embedded in the sensor hole, that part, chances are it's gonna be embedded in there. It's gonna be seized. The plastic's probably melted into that area. So what you probably need to do is, now there are many things you guys could do in this situation. More of a hassle than anything. You could take a drill, try to drill it out. A. B, you can take a drill it in, take a screw, a sharp screw, screw it in, and then try to pry it out. And what else could you do aside from that? Those are pretty good those are pretty good ways to actually take the sensors out if you guys run into this issue. You could maybe use a torch to warm it up, and try to take it out. That doesn't actually work too much, to be honest with you. You might also be able to maybe spray some WD-40, but in a situation like this where it's seized into the bearing, you're probably not going to be able, right? It's seized into the spindle. You're probably not going to be able to take it out even with like PB Blast or WD-40. You're going to have to use some kind of yanking method to yank that out. In any case, yeah, not a hard thing to do, even when it's stuck. If you guys know those methods to remove it, not a hard thing to do. All right, guys, so hope this has helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions, leave a question in the comments section. All right, please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up. Appreciate your time, guys. Take care.